If the U.S. built a wall along the winding Rio Grande,
see, this is actually Mexico on the other side. The only thing that divides our land from U.S. and Mexico is just the river, a beautiful river.
Aleda Garcia and her husband would lose access to most of their 30-acre riverside ranch in Los Ebanos, Texas.
This is actually my pride and joy as far as my land here. It has a lot of history, it has a lot of memories.
The string marks where the government first planned to build a barrier nearly 10 years ago to secure the borders under President George W. Bush.
I really, I feel that it's just a waste of time. And I'm going to fight it.
The government ended up constructing 652 miles of barriers, mostly in Arizona. The Garcias thought they'd been spared until this election.
We're going to build a wall, and Mexico is going to pay for the wall.
Donald Trump's biggest campaign pledge was that he wanted to build a great big wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. Locals here in southern Texas say that idea is deceptively oversimplified.
It's the same way when people refer to this area as being in a war zone, when right now you're in McAllen, Texas, you're not in a war zone at all. Those type comments hurt trade.
Monica Weisberg Stewart is part of the Texas Border Coalition, a group of local and county officials and business and community leaders along the southern border. The coalition is opposed to a wall and wants federal dollars to go instead to bolstering security at border crossings to stem the flow of illegal drugs. The Associated Press followed U.S. Customs and Border Protection during an active search operation along the Texas border.
Bill Gates test.
As agents in the air, on the road, and on foot closed in and detained 8 people hiding in brush. In the last decade, the number of agents on the southwest border has nearly doubled to 17,500 in 2015. And the U.S. increasingly relies on an expanding virtual wall that includes surveillance from helicopters, planes, drones, stationary balloons, and towers stocked with cameras and sensors. The government spent $450 million last year on border security fencing, infrastructure, and technology. Federal data shows the increased surveillance has helped blunt the number of illegal border crossings. The number of apprehensions is down from a peak of 1.6 million in 2000 to just over 400,000 in the year ending in September.
And I would rather give my taxpayers' money to technology.
A message Garcia hopes gets through to President-elect Trump, who recently softened his position to indicate that some fencing could suffice instead of a 30 to 40-foot concrete wall. But the string a constant reminder of what could happen depending on the political will of the country. John Moan, Associated Press, Los Ebanos, Texas.